Welcome back to my channel. I'm Joe, Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. On today's video, I'm going to be smoking up 2 beer can chickens on my Yoder YS640 pellet smoker. Stay tuned. All right, so what we're starting with is 2 6-pound chickens here, and these are big enough to be turkeys. So real simple process. I'm recording this the day before I'm gonna cook these. I've got this big pot here, and I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 chickens in there. And again, these are 6 pounds, so these are, look at the size of these. They can be turkeys if they wanted to. So just put them in the pot, just like that. The next thing that we're gonna do is I'm using this brine from Sweetwater Spice Company. You can see it here. You can get this at allthingsbarbecue.com. I'm going to leave a link to their website on the description. So this is a real concentrated brine. So I'm just going to pour that in there. Pour it all over the chickens, if you will. And the smell, it's very herbaceous. And a small hint of mustard. I get a small hint of mustard in there. Not sure if it's got mustard or not, but it smells really, really good. So just dump the entire bottle in there. Next thing is I'm going to add 1 gallon of water. Oh, this smells really good. That should be enough to cover both chickens. If not, you can always add a little bit more water. Perfect. All right, the instructions say to add half a cup of kosher salt. So I've got some kosher salt here. Just like that. And go ahead and throw it in there. So I'm just going to mix this up in there. Get that salt mixed around, get that brine mixed around. And the water does have a kind of a rich reddish or kind of yellowish reddish color. It smells really good. So I've got enough water to keep both chickens submerged underwater. So I'm going to put these in my fridge overnight for about 12 hours. Since these are 6-pound chickens, about 6 hours is all you need, but I'm going to give it 12 hours in the brine, and we'll catch up tomorrow, so stay tuned. All right, so the chickens have been marinating overnight in the brine, and I'm going to pull them out, put them on this aluminum pan. Now, one thing I can tell you is that the skin or the chicken got a yellowish color to it, as you can see here. Now, because we put half a cup of salt and the brine itself has a little bit of salt, I'm going to rinse it, okay, because there's a lot of rub on the inside of the cavity, the bird cavity. So you have a couple of different options of what you can do here. You can strain the brine and use those rubs as a wet rub on the outside of the skin, which I'm sure are going to be really tasty by themselves. But because I want to use some of this Cattlemans Grill, this Ranchero rub, I'm going to go ahead and rinse it and rinse a little bit of that brine off and some of the spices that are inside the brine. So I'm going to rinse this under cold water. We'll be right back. All right, so I've got the chickens completely rinsed off, and I've got a couple of beers here, and I've got the beer can chicken holders. So I'm going to pop this beer open. I am using Lone Star beer, the official beer of Texas. And I'm going to dump half, well, I'm not going to dump it, I'm going to drink this. So about half of that beer. Put the can in the holder there. Now I did rinse these cans off under the sink as well. And I'm not a germaphobe, but you don't know who's touched this can, so I did wash the outside of the can. So there you go. So this is for me later. And this is where our chickens are going to go, about half a can. The reason you want to do that is because you don't want that beer to boil over. Now I am going to dry the skin, the surface of the skin. And I got to tell you that the chicken smells really, really good. That brine The brine has done its job. That's to really tenderize that meat and give it a little bit of flavor as well. You can see the orange, or I'm sorry, the yellowish color on the chicken itself. Now you want to get the skin as dry as possible. That way it gets nice and crispy. Now these chickens, I'm going to be smoking them in my Yoder YS640 pellet smoker at 275 degrees. So I'm going to next apply some of this Cattlemans Grill Ranchero rub. Again, you can buy this at All Things Barbecue as well. So just sprinkle. Again, we rinsed off the majority of that salt that we added. So just sprinkle enough. This rub has a really good flavor. I tasted it out of the bottle. It's really, really good flavor. It's not hot or anything, but it's just got a really good flavor. So just to add enough of that rub throughout the entire chicken. Get the legs. No binder needed. And one thing I noticed is that this chicken over here was missing the wingtip, but that's okay. Okay, turn this chicken over and apply some rub to the back of the chicken as well. This rub has some really good ingredients. You can smell it, you can see it. A lot of herbs and spices. I don't know if that's chili flake or what it is, but you can see that it's got a really good amount of herbs in it. Get that wing. Okay. Get this back side of the wing. Okay. So this hand is still clean, haven't touched anything. So I'm going to get my beer can holder. Put it on this tray. And go ahead and sit your chicken on that beer can holder. Okay, with the legs down. Just like that. Okay. There you go. So my smoker has been warming up, again at 275 degrees. I'm going to cook these on the bottom shelf. I'll see you guys outside. All right, so we're outside at my Yoder YS640 pellet smoker. And again, I got the temperature set at 275. So it's been warming up for about 45 minutes now. I'm going to grab the chicken. And I'm going to place these on the bottom grate. Tuck that leg in there. I'm going to put the breast facing forward. Just like that. In about an hour, I'm going to come and check on them. And I'll rotate the chickens as well. Rotate it so that the breast is now on the back. So just like that, right smack in the middle. So about an hour, I'm going to rotate them from right to left and then put the breast facing the back of the pellet smoker. So we'll see you guys in about an hour. Stay tuned. All right, so we're 1 hour into this cook here, and let's take a look at our chicken. Ooh, it's got this light brown color to it already. I want to take an internal temperature right here at the breast. And I'm at 102 degrees, so we still have a long way to go. 101 degrees, 102 degrees. So, as I mentioned earlier, I'm going to go ahead and rotate the position of these chickens here. Slide this one forward. Turn it so that the breasts are towards the back. Ooh, it's really juicy. I can see that brine really worked on this chicken here. So just like that, it has a really nice color, kind of mild or a light brown color. So really liking that so far. Again, 101 degrees at the breast. So we're going to take the breast to 165 and the thighs to about 180 or so. Because we did brine it, we can smoke this to a little higher temperature than normal, and I guarantee you the chicken's still going to be juicy. So we'll check back in about another hour or so. So stay tuned. All right, we're 2 hours into this cook now, and let's take a look at the chicken. The chickens, I should say. Oh yeah, chicken's still really juicy. You can see it's getting a little crispy, but I'm going to let you guys in on a little secret. But let me get an internal temperature here first. So breast is at 127, and the thighs are at 159 on that one, 148 on this one. So now, as far as the trick to get really crispy chicken skin, is get some olive oil. Okay, now the chicken is going to get darker because of the olive oil, but it's also going to get really crispy. That chicken's going to get really crispy. Now what you don't want to do is rub it, just kind of pat the chicken. That way you don't lose a whole lot of the rub. So just pat the chicken with a little bit of olive oil. That's going to help crisp up the chicken skin. Looking really good. Okay, let's get this one as well. Just let it run off the chicken here. And you don't want to brush this on because you will disturb the rub a little bit. Be careful with the oil spilling on that hot reflector plate. Just like that. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the chickens again. So I'm going to slide this one forward. Slide this one back over here. Turn it around. That. I'm going to apply some olive oil to the front of this chicken. So again, we're at the 2-hour mark. We'll check in back probably 30 minutes and get an internal temperature. I'll bring you guys back and we'll see how dark that chicken got, so stay tuned. All right, so we're 2 hours and 45 minutes into the cook here, and let's take an internal temperature. Breasts are at 155, so it's almost ready. And let me get the leg is at 178, and the thigh at 180. So the only thing left to do is let the breast come up to temperature. I'm going to go ahead and rotate them one more time, and I'm thinking in maybe 30 minutes this chicken will be ready. Look at this beautiful color. Oh, my leg is stuck. There we go. So I'm thinking another 30 minutes and this chicken will be ready. See you guys inside, stay tuned. All right, so the beer can chicken is ready and the total cook time was 3 hours and 10 minutes at 275 degrees. They smell good, they look good, that skin is nice and crispy. So 3 hours and 10 minutes, and I'm getting a little hint of the beer, but I'm thinking that all the alcohol is evaporated, obviously. So it smells good. The rub smells good, the brine smells good, the color's gorgeous. I couldn't have asked for better chicken. So just gonna grab a slice right here off the breast. And I like that it's on a stand already. The chicken is. Oops. Oh yeah. Really moist. Look at it. Oh, I'm dropping it. Really, really moist. Look at this. Really moist. Here we go. Man, that rub and that brine. Oh my goodness, this is good. Got a little bit of a smoke ring there on the chicken. I'm gonna try some of this dark meat off of this leg here. Really nice and smoky. I'm gonna let my daughter try a piece of this. Tell me what you think, baby. I'm gonna get me another slice. This is really juicy. It's not over brined. when you over brine something, it almost turns to kind of a mush. But this is really juicy. It's still really hot. You can see the steam coming off of it. That brine is something really good. This rub from Cattlemans Grill, this Ranchero, is the real deal. This on chicken is really good. I can see this on pork as well. Maybe some pork chops. Really, really good products. The brine and the rub. Highly recommend it. Thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if this is the first time here. If this is your first time here. Until next time, Joe at Smokin Joe's Pit Barbecue. See ya.